Hi there, Assalamu alaikum. Today in this video, I'll be talking about some terms which is completely related to neuroeconomics, neuroscience, iconoclast, social intelligence, perception, and public fairness. And this is the term I have written down in my notepad from Cambridge 9 IELTS Test 2 Reading Passage 3, where the passage title is "A Neuroscientist Reveals How to Think Differently." So, how to think differently. We have read many books in our life, how to think differently. But those books are usually written by some writers. But here, what I am going to present you is a product made by some scientist. So whatever the findings you are going to have by this video is not mine, but certainly from some scientist. So what he has described in this video, in this text I will be describing in this video to you. Actually, the core purpose of shooting video to stimulate my students to speak more and more. When they are not assigned with some video task, they become dull and they don't feel triggered to speak, to listen, to write, or to do things which is related to English. That's why I usually shoot video, and this the purpose of this video is the same. Whatever, as I have to talk in this video, so random things are not inspired to share you. Rather, what if I do some research and I do some study and present you something which really matters to your life. So that's what I have done, and I am going to present each of them. Okay. So neuroeconomics. So which is actually neuroeconomics? We have heard neuroscience, neuron, which stays in our brain, but what's neuroscience? Neuroeconomics. We have heard neuroscience, but not neuroeconomics. Actually, whatever the things in this world is regulated or promulgated completely, entirely, and what to say, and just genuinely related to somehow or other with economics. If you understand these things, that means you are matured. If you don't, then you are still immature. Whatever. This is my personal saying. Whatever. So neuroscience here turns into neuroeconomics. So in our brain, there are huge amount of neurons, but a small portion of the neurons is related to take decisions. So these are to take decisions, and the circuit of our neurons, which is concerned about think differently and produce the best thing or produce the innovative things, is called neuroeconomics, which is excessively required to launch a new business, to launch a new idea, to think differently, and to make to make a business successful. So that's why neuroeconomics is all about how to think differently, and how to make innovations. So this is actually neuroeconomics. Here an idea comes to the text, which is iconoclast. So iconoclast is the ability to think differently. So we always seek the different thinkers, and we always want to be a different thinker. Do you know what's it called in scientific terms? It's called in it calls it's called iconoclast in scientific terms. So if you want to become an iconoclast, then you have to you have to watch this video entirely, at least to the end. So iconoclast is what? Iconoclast is the thinking process or thinking ability, or iconoclast is the ability to think differently. So if you are a different thinker, then you may consider yourself, you may term you as an iconoclast. Okay, so iconoclast. Okay, there are three ideas which are completely related to iconoclast, and I have already described who is iconoclast. Iconoclast is a person who always think differently, who never go with the flow, who always take some times and process the data, and then they go to the decisions. They are not an instant decision maker. So there are three things which is related to neuroeconomics and iconoclast. The first one is perception. So perception is usually sensed. It is the product by it is the product it is the product it is the product of our five senses. I mean, what we see by our eyes, what we feel by our skin, and what we hear uh, by our ears are the elements of the perception that usually thought, but the scientist has made another different idea about this. The neuroscientist has explained in the passage, our perception is not generated from our biological stimuli. Our perception is generated from our past experience, and it is completely dominated and made by our brain. Okay, so our perception is in what we see, what we feel, and what we taste, what we hear. So perception is what? Perception is made completely by our brain, taking information from our past experience. So perception isn't all about the present incidents, rather it's related to the past experience. Okay, I would like to give you an example. You are watching me here. Okay, fine. If you go some crowd, and if you see all the people are unknown to you, entirely unknown to you, you may find none known to you. But if you see someone like me, you will immediately detect him, because this is one kind of perceptional thinking process. And because you are watching me here, right? So you are just picturing a photo of mine, and this photo will be saved in your brain. So this will be a past memory. When you will recognize something very much looking like me, you will generate a perception. Okay, so another thing is fear response. Fear response, this is the most important part. I think you need to pay attention. I mean, you need to concentrate much. Okay, which is, and fear response are divided into two. The first one is, okay, let me think. Okay, first one is fear of uncertainty. Fear of uncertainty. Here I would like to take a fear of uncertainty. Iconoclast, if you want to become an iconoclast, then you have to overcome fear responses. So fear responses is split into two. The first one is fear of uncertainty, and the second one is fear of public ridicule. So first one is fear of uncertainty. If you okay, just take an example from your life. If you are a graduating student, or if you are a graduated student, now all of your friends are taking preparation for BCS exam, but you are not doing you are not doing so because you want to become an entrepreneur, or if you want or you want to become a businessman. But 99% of the people around you will make you feel fear, because they see what you are thinking or what you are doing is not certain. Maybe you will become successful being an entrepreneur, or maybe you will be a failure trying to be a businessman. So here is the fear of uncertainty. That's why 99% of the students, or the majority percent of the students, take the certain decisions or certain consequences. That's why they take preparation for BCS exams or any other job exams, where jobs are almost certain, and they will get a certain amount of salary at least at a certain age of their life. But if you become a businessman, then there is no certainty about the salary, or about the time frame. How many years will you will you earn money from the business? So this is completely uncertain. So if you fear the uncertainty, uncertainty, that means you are not an iconoclast. So you have to overcome the fear of uncertainty. Only then you will become an iconoclast. Another point, fear of public ridicule. Okay, fine. I am making this video in my dormitory, dormitory, sitting on a chair, and with this microphone as well as this phone. Beside me, there are some dormitories where where someone may come, may go. They can do their steps. So, if I fear of these incidents, then I can't make this video. So what I am doing is called iconoclastic job. That means I don't fear the public ridicule. So if they smile, if they laugh, I don't care. That means I have overcome this thing. Uh, so I- uh, and and there are something I don't like to extend this video. Inshallah, next time I will be coming because the Mojin is singing. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.